Hello, everyone. I'm Miss Quiet Queen, and you are now tuned into the Quiet Queen Project. Welcome back to my channel once again. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining me today. Thank you for being a loyal follower, subscriber. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so right now. Um, and also, I want to thank everyone who are inquiring about readings. I am doing readings right now. As you know, when I do things on my channel, like when I sell my wands, or when I give angel names, or do readings, I do it in spurts. I don't do it continually because it's just me and I have so many other things to do. And as I learn to try to be more of a professional person and teach myself how to do all the things that I need to know in order to be successful, it takes me a little bit, but I do appreciate all of your patience. I appreciate your patience with me. Thank you so much. Um, and if you would like to just donate, if you don't want a reading and you'd like to just donate, go ahead and go to my PayPal and do that, and I will be much obliged. Okay, so also you already know I do have a family. Sometimes things get a little noisy. I'm trying to ask them to be respectful because this is a very important video. Today we want to talk about the differences between soul versus spirit. But before we do that, I do want to very quickly mention, if you have subscribed, please go back today and make sure that you are still subscribed to my channel. YouTube has a very bad habit of unsubscribing my subscribers. So I just wanted to say that. The difference between soul and spirit. Some people can answer that very quickly. Sometimes it may take a little bit drawn out. Let me tell you what the difference between soul and spirit is. Soul, let's talk about soul first. Soul is God, plain and simple. Soul is the connection to God's source. God's source, you can call God's source anything. People, whatever your higher beam of belief is, that's what God's source is. Personally, I do not assign myself to any particular religion. I used to in the past, and there's nothing wrong with that if you want to. There's nothing wrong with it if you choose not to at this time. I am not a Christian. I am not a Buddhist. I am not an atheist. I am not a Muslim. I'm not a witch. I studied all these things. I feel like I encompass everything that I just mentioned. If I feel like doing a spell, I'm going to perform witchcraft, and I am not a demon. If I feel like calling on my guardian angels, that's exactly what I'm going to do. If I want to call out and say, oh, Jehovah, then that's what I'm going to do. I do whatever I want to do when it concerns my spirituality. That is my advice for anyone to do. Okay? And I think it's foolish, unprofessional of anyone to look someone in the face and get angry with them just because they don't want to go to church, or they don't want to praise the way you praise. I don't have a problem or issue with Jesus. I think Jesus is a beautiful person. If it truly was a Jesus, let's just say for the sake of argument it was. I'm not going to get on my knees and pray to Jesus. I respect his path, his journey, and his mission and message. God, source, is soul. Soul is within. Soul is the true embodiment of who you truly are. Okay? It is all that is you. Soul is the perfect you. People say higher self, whatever. When you incarnate into this physical entity that you're in right now, you split. You split several times. Okay? You split because depending on how heavy and how old your soul is will determine how many times you split. Because your entire true self, your soul, will not fit in this body. It cannot. This body cannot house your spirit. You're too strong. Now, there are some individuals who don't have a soul. You might ask, how's that possible? How can a person be born with no soul? It is possible. First is you need to understand that everybody's not human. But when I tell you who is not human, you might look a little side eye. Most melanated people are not human. Most melanated people are extraterrestrial. This is why so many black people have so much trouble from other races all over the world. Everybody hates black people. I mean, I know there's racism against all people, but do black people go out specifically and seek out Indian people? No, but if you go over to India, they'll beat your ass because you're black. They have a problem with black people. Mexicans do the same thing. Why am I bringing this up? It's time to bring this up. Spirituality and racism is like right next door to each other, and we have to talk about it now. It's that time. But there are some who don't have a soul. These are the people and individuals who are mostly related to reptilians and entities and energies that came here and found a way to become physical. Okay, and their agenda is dark, their agenda is evil, their agenda is to take control over galaxies and different things like that. That's their agenda, and they have no soul. How can a person look you in the face and say they have a soul when they're splitting open the pregnant slave's stomach and stomping her baby out or throwing her baby to the crocodiles? How can they say they have a soul and they do the torturous things to people and even sell their own children? A lot of this is going on. There's a lot of secrets that's about to come out. I'm trying not to go into too many different subjects right now because we want to talk about soul versus spirit. All right, let's say for the sake of argument, everyone watching this video has a soul. Do you have a spirit? If you have a soul, you have a spirit. But you could have a spirit and not necessarily have a soul. Okay, well, let's just put soul information on the parking lot for a moment and just talk about spirit. But then what is spirit if you can have spirit and not have a soul? But you know what I mean? But you can have spirit and not have a soul. But if you have a soul, you definitely have a spirit. Spirit is the key. Okay. Soul is your vehicle. Spirit is the key that ignites the vehicle. Okay? It is your drive. Spirit is your drive. Okay? It is the movement of God force, of God's source that is within you. Your spirit is that moves you. Okay? That is the drive. Plain and simple. It is the drive. It's the drive you have to get things going. Your spirit. You know how some people say, oh, she just has such a nice spirit. She has a calming spirit. She has a disturbing spirit. You ever hear people use those phrases? Because spirit is what moves. Spirit would be equivalent to, if I have to choose one of the 8 parts of speech, I would call spirit a verb because it shows action. Spirit is action. Okay? So those are some of the basic differences between soul versus spirit. Now, to people who claim or try to sell their soul, there are many people who have fallen in this category, and it's not necessarily celebrities, because the neo-paganism community sent out letters to me and other people like me, so-called unfamous people, to try to get people to join certain things and certain secret societies. In order to do that, you have to give up something. Now, I was speaking to a friend a few days ago, and he told me that we were talking about Kanye, the rapper, and that he is, if you've seen the movie Get Out, it's relative to that. Believe it or not, I've never seen the movie. I heard enough about it, Movies like that kind of disturb me, so I feel some type of way because I am clairvoyant. I pick up things really easy. I pick up stuff about the actors. When in movies like this, I pick up stuff about the actors and the producers and things like that. So I haven't watched that movie, but they say that it is something that's real. And that Kanye is actually in suspended animation. The real Kanye is, and that there are clones. I did watch the movie called Us, and Spirit told me you need to watch this movie. And before I finished watching the movie, I already knew what it was about. And this movie is it's not racial at all. It is telling a true story. Okay? Some folks have clones out there of them. Be careful, ladies, if you have an abortion. Be careful when you go to the hospital. Be careful what you ask for, what you say you want. You know how your grandmother used to say, watch what you ask for, child. You just might get it. In other words, you may not like what you're asking for, so watch what you're asking for. Be careful what you ask to bring into your life. And I am saying that to you as well. Learn your spirit. Something is driving you to watch this video. Something is in your heart for you to learn about something spiritual, because you know that there is something deeper than what's on the surface. What you're learning about now in this materialistic world, there's something much deeper than that. And if you are a person who is in entertainment, if you are an entertainer, it is really important, like right now, beloved, that you think about what you really want to do, because entertainment is not going to be there much longer. Okay? It's going to be a very, very, very small circle. Okay? It's going to get smaller and smaller. Automation is taking over all over the world in all aspects of all careers. And another thing that's taking over is spirituality. There's going to be a decrease in churches. A lot of people are going to just start being eclectic in their spirituality, like I am, and many others like me. Learn who you are. Learn your spirit. Okay? Don't allow anybody to force you to go to church. You got to do this. You got to do that. I never understood that. In a lot of communities, the elders of the communities force the younger people to do what they want them to do. Like they make them marry certain people. They're not in love. So why is it important for these two to get married? Because that's what y'all want. When you go back to your homes, they're here married. They don't love each other. They don't want to touch each other. But this is, I just never understood that forcing thing. And it's the same thing with religion. If you have a teenager that don't want to go to church, don't force them, because you're going to be creating a monster. Instead, tell your child or your spouse or whoever, learn your spirit. Know if you have a soul. I can't tell you how to find out if you have a soul or not. I can't. Don't even know if I want to. But everybody has a spirit, whether the spirit is kind or not. You have something that drives you. Okay? Your soul is like the buttress for your spirit. But if you don't have a soul, you have no control over what drives you. In fact, the low demonic energies is what will probably drive you, because these low vibrational energies get to you first. Your root chakra is in control of what? Think about that. That's your first chakra. It's red. It's a sexual energy chakra. It isn't necessarily all about sex, but it's all in that area, in the growing area. That's where your first chakra is. Okay? Know that. Study your chakras. Turn on those spinning. Your chakras are like spinning vortexes parallel to your spine. Once these become activated, you can actually use your Merkaba vehicle. It is difficult at first, but you'll know when one or a couple or a few or all of your chakras are turning on, because you will feel this sensation in your body that's uncontrollable, and it almost feels really, really scary. You can also hear noises, high pitched sounds, whistling. Sometimes you might hear wind blowing. You might hear chimes. You might hear humming, like a low buzz. You might, and you might feel dizzy. All of these things. But please understand that there's a difference between soul and spirit, just like there's a difference between twin flame and soulmate. There is a difference. Understand the difference, know the difference. Spirit wanted me to bring this up and to let you all know somebody had some concerns about it. If you have any more concerns or questions about anything that I just mentioned or anything in any other video, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I am accepting donations because this video is really, my channel is really, really under construction. I am so grateful to all of you who stuck by me for many years. I just want to shout out some of you. Dynastic, love you. ABB, love you. Faye, love you. Simrails, you my baby, I love you. Luis, love you. I hate wasabi, I love you. Chandra, I love you. Garcia, I love you. Jelly Bean, I love you. Pretty Brown One, I love you. You all have, Denzel is mine. I haven't seen you in a while, but you're in my mind. Love you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you so much. Your vibration and your love has not gone unnoticed. I know some of you who are going back and forth in the comments concerned about my health, because whenever I do readings, I have to give up comfort. And sometimes it's painful. It's in different ways. It doesn't always come in the same way. I was doing a reading. I just got a reading to do from someone, and it's a very great person. And Spirit said, "It's a lot of information. If you want this information," I said, "Yeah, give it to me. I want to know." So I broke my toe. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know when, but I knew Spirit was telling me something big is going to have to happen in order for you to get this information. Well, actually, my family think I broke it. I don't really think it might be a little sprung. I know it was out of socket. And my husband had to push it back in socket. Oh my God. My granddaughter was like, yeah, your toe is going that way. Child, I stomped my toe so bad. Right when I was thinking about this person reading, and I said, tell me, I thought what I knew about this person, and I was so excited because I never met anybody like them before, and they don't even know who they are. And so Spirit said, okay, you want to know the information on this soul right here? I was like, yep, I sure do. I got up and I went to walk. Crack! Ah! My daughter was out there with her boyfriend, and they came in the house. We heard you screaming way out there. Are you okay? My husband was in the garage watching TV, and everybody was outside. And I'm another time when I needed some information, I was washing the dishes and I would contemplate. Sometimes you can meditate wherever. You don't necessarily have to meditate not doing anything. You could meditate while you're washing the dishes. And I did that. And I don't remember picking up the big old knife that I had. And the knife was pointing up and it was falling. And I grabbed the knife. It was point up. Stabbed myself right here. When I tell you that pain was worse than a labor contraction, it was the most excruciating pain. I couldn't believe it. And so I felt my higher self say, take the power, take the power, take the power. I didn't really know what she meant, but I knew what she meant. So I said, okay, I'm going to absorb this pain. This pain is going to give me power. I'm going to have this kind of power, that kind of power. I was saying the things that I needed and I was professing in my life while I was feeling the pain. My higher self was telling me, hurry up and do this before the pain goes away. I did it. And I received a great blessing not even 2 days later. in addition to finding out information for the people that I needed to find out information for.
Dad, what are you doing?
A video. Go on. Okay. All right. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. And I'm not going to be too long, but I really want y'all to spread this video. I want you to tell people about Miss Quiet Queen. And those of you who have a big following, I would really appreciate if you just pass this information on. I am not trying to get big. I don't care about me. I care about the message. Now, I just mentioned earlier in this video that spirituality and racism are knocking at each other's door like this. Okay? There is a connection. Right now, I am receiving downloads from my spirit team about this, and there is a message coming in from the Intergalactic Federation. I am really striving to get the right message out to all of you. I am hearing, because I'm audio clarinet as well. I'm hearing, because I'm audio clarinet as well, that I need to speak on certain things, but they're so touchy. I don't know if I want to make sure that I'm going to do the right thing. What? Go ahead. Go ask Naya to help you. Okay, can you let me do this? Can you let me do this? Okay. It's weird. Kids don't never come around you when you're not doing nothing. You know? As soon as you get ready to do something, it's like everybody got 1,000 questions. But anyway, life happens, and I am not like any other YouTuber. I don't do edits that much. I mean, I have an editing program. I'm impatient, so I don't want to take the time to learn it. It's not that I can't. I did do some editing when I had my channel called Eclectic Guru. Remember that when I was doing cookie channels? I edited a little bit, but I don't have patience to edit. Just like, I just want to speak and upload. Organic, if that ain't the most organic, I don't know what is. You know, I don't have time for all that. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I know aesthetic, you know, is important, but I'm not trying to impress anybody. But I do want to become a little bit more professional, because unfortunately there are people, I need to grasp a larger audience, and there are people that need to hear this message, and I'm afraid that they won't be able to get the message, because I need to do things differently as far as how I get these messages out there to you. So I would appreciate if you all could share what I'm saying, share my videos. The next video I have coming up is a video. I'm going to be speaking on the, you know what? I ain't going to tell y'all what I'm going to speak on. Just stay tuned for the next video. Understand that there is a difference between soul and spirit. If you are an extraterrestrial like most melanated people are, you have soul. Some people who are human born, who are born on Earth and are from Earth, some of them don't have soul, some of them do. Not all black people are extraterrestrials. Did you know that? Not all of them are. Not all people who consider themselves a black person is an ET. And not all people who consider themselves a black person has a soul. Ooh, she said it. Yes, I did. Want part 2? Leave a message and I will, or leave a comment. And maybe we'll talk about it at another date, okay? Or leave me any questions that you have concerning this information, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I love you. I truly do. Stay in the light.